So in the periodic classification of elements, the next topic which we are studying is periodicity of properties. Okay, ma? Now can you say first of all what is meant by periodicity, ma? Periodicity means what? Can you say? Periodicity is nothing but repetition of properties after regular intervals. Okay, ma? This property is called as periodicity of properties. Are you able to understand? So what are the properties which we study in chemistry generally? We study atomic radius, we study electronegativity, we study ionization enthalpy, we study electron gain enthalpy, electropositivity. All these properties we study, no ma? So how these properties they are varying in a period and in a group, that study is nothing but periodicity. Are you able to understand, ma? So therefore, what are the properties which we study? So atomic radius, clear? Electronegativity, electropositivity, ionization enthalpy, clear, ma? And effective nuclear charge, electron gain enthalpy, etc. So all these properties, if you are studying how they are varying inside a period and how they are varying inside a group, that study is nothing but periodicity. Are you able to understand? Now we are going to study each of them in detail. So the first one which we are studying is effective nuclear charge. Already we studied in the last class, no? Effective nuclear charge already we have studied in the nuclear charge. How to calculate effective nuclear charge already we have studied. Now we are studying how this effective nuclear charge will vary in a group as well as in a period. Are you able to understand? So effective nuclear charge. Clear, ma? So what is the equation of effective nuclear charge, ma? Can you say anybody? Equation of effective nuclear charge. Chappandi. So Z star is equals to Z minus sigma. This was the equation which we studied in the last class. This is called as effective nuclear charge, Z star. Clear, ma? Now here can you say what is meant by sigma? Screening constant, or you can call it as shielding constant also. Clear, ma? Z is called nuclear charge, and what is meant by nuclear charge, ma? Number of protons. Number of protons is nothing but nuclear charge, or you can call it as atomic number or proton number. That is called as Z here. Z star is nothing but effective nuclear charge. This is what we have studied now. Are you able to understand? Now, if I take a period from left to right, period always we study from left to right. Are you able to understand? Already periods and columns we have studied, no? Now we are studying effective nuclear charge in a period from left of the periodic table to right of the periodic table. So here, let us see how this Z value changes. Z value increases. From left to right, what happens? Proton will increase by each, no? For example, in lithium, how many protons are there? 3 protons are there. Beryllium, how many protons are there? 4 protons are there. Boron, how many protons are there? 5 protons are there. So proton number increases by 1, no? Proton number continuously increases by 1, where in a period. Are you able to understand, ma? So what happens to Z value? Z value increases. Clear, ma? And this sigma value also increases. What is meant by sigma value? Screening constant. Screening constant also increases. Are you able to understand? Okay. So Z value also increases, screening constant also increases. But here one thing I can say that increase in Z value is greater than increase in sigma value. This is the important point which you should remember in the case of a period. Are you able to understand, ma? We are not dealing with mains level topics, ma. We are completely dealing with advanced level topics only. Are you able to understand? These topics you don't see in mains level. Purely advanced level we are dealing. So try to understand them very, very carefully. Clear? So when compared to increase in Z value, increase in sigma value, that is screening constant, is lesser. Okay. Therefore, what happens to Z star? Can you see? Z star, will it increase or decrease? Increases. How can you say? How can you say? Because increase in Z value is greater, no? What is Z star? Z star is nothing but Z minus sigma. Increase in Z value is very large when compared to sigma value. So therefore, what happens to Z star? Z star also increases. Are you able to understand? Therefore, in a period, what happens? In a period from left to right, Z star value also increases. Clear? So this is one point which you have to understand in the case of a period. Fine. Okay. Now, similarly, now if I study in a group, Sima, what are the basics which we are studying in the last class? You should be very perfect. Otherwise, these concepts will become very confusing for you. Are you able to understand? Okay. So, first of all, let us write the example of a period. Let us write a second period. Which is the second period? Lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen and fluorine. So, what happens to lithium to fluorine? Lithium to fluorine, effective nuclear charge continuously increases. Okay. Z is also increasing, sigma is also increasing, but when compared to the increase in sigma value, increasing Z value is very large. Clear? So therefore, Z star value also increases in the case of a period. Are you able to understand? Now we are discussing about group. Okay, ma? So in a group we study from top to bottom. Where we study? In a group we study from top to bottom. So that is, I study from here to here, from top to bottom. Are you able to understand? So here what happens is that Z value increases. When I travel in a group, number of shells will increase, no? Number of shells will continuously increase. So example, can you say? Lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium and francium. So from each element to another element, the number of shells continuously they are increasing. If number of shells are increasing, what happens to the nuclear charge? Nuclear charge also increases, that is proton number also increases. Clear number? Similarly, sigma value also increases. What is sigma value? Screening constant also increases. Clear? But here the point is that increase in Z value is exactly equal to increase in sigma value. Okay? So this is the difference between how these values are changing in a period and how these values they are changing in a group. Okay? So here can you say what is happening? Increase in Z value, increase in sigma value, both of them they are equal, almost. Are you able to understand? Now can you say what happens to Z star value? Z star value what happens? Increases. Alochinchandaya. Increase in Z value and increase in sigma value, they are same. Equal means what? Remains constant. Are you able to understand, ma? So if increase in Z value and increase in sigma value, if they are same, then what happens to Z star? Effective nuclear charge will always remain a constant. So that is what happens in the case of a group. Are you able to understand? So here I can say that Z star value remains almost constant. Are you able to understand? So this is how effective nuclear charge changes in a group as well as in a period. Are you able to understand? If a bit is given on this one, very easily you can understand with the help of these equations and you can answer the question. Fine, ma? Okay. Now let us write how the, okay, ma? Now see, ma, how these values they are changing in a period and how this effective nuclear charge is changing in a group. Are you able to understand? See, ma. Z star values continuously they are increasing, no? In the case of a period lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen and fluorine. Clear, no? 1.3, 1.95, 2.6, 3.25, 3.9, 4.45 and 5.22. Clear? But same Z star values if you see in the case of a group. This is the group number, first group, 1 year group. Clear? So here Z star value for lithium 1.3, fine. But for sodium, potassium, rubidium and cesium, they are remaining to be 2.2. So its values is not changing. Are you able to understand? No? Why it is not changing? Z value is continuously increasing. And sigma value is also continuously increasing in proportion with this Z value. Okay. So if you take the difference of both of them, Z star value is remaining almost a constant. So this is how this effective nuclear charge is varying in a group as well as in a period. Now it is clear, no? Clear, no? That's it. So completed all of you. Then we study about the second parameter in the case of periodicity is atomic radius. So what is the second one we are studying now? Second one is atomic radius. Okay. So already you should have studied some general parameters, how these values they are changing. But here we will try to go a bit more deep into how atomic radius is changing in a period as well as in a group. Are you able to understand? So first one, I will study about period. Are you able to understand? For example, let us take one period. Let us take a second period, which is the second period: lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, and fluorine. Okay. So here we will not include inert gases now, because inert gases they behave differently. Are you able to understand? So lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, and fluorine. Now if I travel from left side to right side, can you say what is happening? If I travel from left side to right side in a period, what is happening? Chappan Twarga. Atomic, I am not discussing about atomic radius. I am discussing about nuclear charge. What happens to effective nuclear charge? So effective nuclear charge, Z star value increases, no? Okay, that's what we studied, no? Just now we have studied, no? Effective nuclear charge increases in a period from right side of the period to left side of the periodic table. Clear, no? So when Z star value increases, what is meant by Z star? What is meant by Z star? So this is the attraction ability of nucleus on the electrons. This is called Z star, no? Already we have studied, no? So if a Z star value increases, nucleus is able to attract the electrons with a greater force. That is the meaning of Z star, no? Are you able to understand? So as the Z star value increases and the number of shell, is it changing? If they are remaining in second period, all the electrons they are present in second shell only. No? That is the meaning of a period, no? If electrons are present in one period, what is the meaning of that? Shell number is not changing. Shell number changes only when you change the period. If you go to third period, it means the third shell is additionally present. If you go to fourth period, additionally fourth shell is present. That is the meaning of periods. No? But as far as I am remaining in the same period, the number of shell is same. So shell number is same. So therefore what I can say here, shell remains the same. Clear, no? Shell remains the same. But what is happening to Z star value? Z star value is continuously increasing. It means as I travel from left side to right side, nucleus is attracting the electrons with a greater force. That is the meaning of this one. No? Nucleus is attracting the electrons with greater force because Z star value is continuously increasing. So if a nucleus is pulling the electrons with a greater force, what happens to the size of the atom? What happens to the size? The size of the atom continuously decreases. Are you able to understand? No? So therefore, generally what I say, if I travel from right side to left side of the periodic table, what happens to the atomic radius? Atomic radius decreases continuously. Okay. So in traveling from where to where? In traveling from left side of the periodic table to right side of the periodic table, continuously atomic radius decreases. Reason is Z star. Z star value is increasing. No? So nucleus is attracting the electrons with greater force. If force of attraction increases, radius continuously decreases. That is the condition. Okay. So therefore, if I write the electrons in a sequence, then what I will write? I have to write lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, and fluorine. Clear, no? If I go to third period, sodium, magnesium, aluminium, silicon, sulfur, phosphorus, and chlorine. Clear, no? I have to write lithium is greater than beryllium is greater than boron is greater than carbon is greater than nitrogen is greater than oxygen is greater than fluorine. Clear, no? Similarly, sodium is greater than magnesium is greater than aluminium is greater than silicon is greater than sulfur is greater than phosphorus is greater than chlorine. This is what I have to write now. Are you able to understand now? But here, this condition is not satisfied in this period. Clear, no? So generally, we will write nitrogen is greater than oxygen is greater than fluorine, no? But this condition is not satisfied. The condition which is satisfied is oxygen is greater than fluorine is greater than nitrogen. This condition is correct. Are you able to understand? No? This is the only exception which we have in second period. Are you able to understand? Remaining all values, they are satisfied as usual. So this is the only exception which we have. Okay, ma? Now we will write what is the reason for this exception. Reason for the exception is, Sima, if I travel from nitrogen to oxygen, okay, if I travel from nitrogen to oxygen, if I travel from nitrogen to oxygen, according to our discussion, what happens to the atomic radius? Atomic radius should decrease. But in the case of traveling from nitrogen to oxygen, atomic number is definitely increasing, Z star value is increasing, radius also increases here. Are you able to understand? No? In traveling from nitrogen to oxygen, atomic radius is not decreasing, atomic radius is increasing. What is the reason? Reason is the paired electrons in oxygen. What is the reason for this one, ma? Reason is paired electrons in oxygen. What is meant by paired electrons in oxygen? Let us write. First of all, let us write its configuration, ma. Configuration of oxygen is 1s2, 2s2, 2p4. Total 8, no? So 2 plus 2 plus 4 is 8. Clear, no? Now, if you take this 2p4, now what is the arrangement of 2p4? Sima, in a p subshell, how many orbitals can be present? 3 orbitals will be present in p subshell, but how many electrons are there? 4 electrons are there. So first, how electrons they will arrange? Each electron will be present in each orbital, then pairing will start. This is the rule of chemistry, no? Clear, no? Then pairing will start. So pairing has started in the case of oxygen. Clear, no? So when pairing has started, these 2 electrons they will repel with each other. Are you able to understand? These 2 electrons they will repel with each other, and suddenly the size of the oxygen will increase when compared to the size of nitrogen. So here what is the reason for sudden increase of size when compared to nitrogen and oxygen? Reason is pairing of electrons. Are you able to understand, ma? So these paired electrons they will repel with each other and size of oxygen atom will increase. Are you able to understand? So write down that statement. Shall I rub this one, ma? Clear? So therefore what I write here, okay, the paired electrons in p subshell in oxygen repel and size increases. Are you able to understand? This is one reason. Similarly, if you take fluorine, okay, ma? If you take fluorine, so what is the atomic number of fluorine? 9. So what are the electrons which are present? What is the electronic configuration? 1s2, 2s2, 2p5. Clear, no? So therefore, if you see the last p subshell, how electrons can be arranged in this one? Clear, no? So totally 3 orbitals should be present. 3 electrons, 4 electrons and 5 electrons. Clear, no? So how many pairs are present here? 2 pairs are present. So size should further increase, no? Size should further increase. But what we have written here, size of fluorine is lesser when compared to size of oxygen. Are you able to understand? Are you able to understand the difference which I am saying? In oxygen, how many paired electrons are present in outermost shell? Only 1 pair is present. Only 1 pair is present, they are repelling with each other, size is increasing. Are you able to understand? But if you come to fluorine, how many paired electrons are there? 2 paired electrons are there, or 2 pairs are present. So they will also repel with each other, no? They will also repel, and size should be greater than oxygen, but size is less than oxygen. This is another exception which you should remember. Are you able to understand, ma? So what is the exception in this condition? Exception is, clear, ma? So though paired electrons increase, repulsion is overcome by increased effective nuclear charge. Increased effective nuclear charge. Are you able to understand, ma? So size is lesser than oxygen. Size is lesser than oxygen. Are you able to understand? So in the case of fluorine, the paired electrons are definitely greater. So its size should increase by a very large value. But at the same time, effective nuclear charge is increasing, no? When compared to effective nuclear charge of oxygen, effective nuclear charge of fluorine is very large. Are you able to understand? Ma? So because of increased effective nuclear charge, what happens to the size? Size again decreases. Subbarao, namaskaram, cheppedinandi. Listen very, very carefully. Ma. Chemistry you cannot understand by just reading the books. Clear? Up to NEET level you can understand. But if you want to go further, you should listen to the class very, very carefully. Are you able to understand? So here, size of fluorine is increasing by one factor, decreasing by another factor. Increasing by what? Increasing by what? Because of two pairs of paired electrons. They will repel each other and size increases. But the size of the fluorine is lesser than oxygen. What is the reason? Effective nuclear charge is greater of which one? Of fluorine when compared to oxygen. So if effective nuclear charge increases, what happens to the size? Size reduces, no? So that is the reason why this condition is satisfied and this condition is not satisfied. Are you able to understand, ma? So this is what happens in the case of a period. Clear? Right. Completed this side? Clear, ma? Similarly, if I study in the same period, clear, ma? In the case of, in period only still we are studying. In period only we are studying in the case of transition elements. We are studying in the case of transition elements. What is meant by transition elements? D block elements minus 12th group. This is called as transition elements, no? Already we studied too. Transition elements means what? All the D block elements minus 12th group elements, they are called as transition elements. Okay, ma? So here there is another exception. Exception we cannot say, a condition. In transition elements, the decrease in size in period is very less. Because of D effect. Okay, ma? See, in the case of other elements, S block elements or P block elements, what happens to the size of element if I travel from left to right? Size continuously decreases. If I travel from left to right in a periodic table, what happens to the size of the element? Size should continuously reduce. But in the case of D block element, size is reducing definitely. But reduce in size is very less. Reduce in size is very, very, very less. What is the reason? That reason we can call it as the D effect. Are you able to understand? What is meant by D effect? Let us write here. Completed, Noma, this one? Clear? Should be very fast. Let us try to understand what is meant by D effect. Clear? So D effect means, clear, ma? In 3D, 4D, 5D and 6D series, electron enters into, see ma, in D block we have only 4 series, no? Only 4 series are present, 3D, 4D, 5D and 6D series are present. Clear, number? In this series, electron enters D orbital, D subshell. Okay, ma? And screening effect of or shielding effect of, clear, ma? S is greater than P is greater than D is greater than F. Clear, ma? Therefore, screening of D electrons is considerable. Okay, ma? Therefore, the D electrons screen the outer electrons, and Z star value reduces. Z star value reduces. This effect is called as a D effect. Okay. Now try to read this statement and say what is the meaning of D effect. Chapan. Can you say anybody? Sima, in the case of transition elements, electrons enters into D subshell only, no? Electrons enters into 3D, in the next period it enters into 4D, in the next period it enters into 5D, and in the last period it enters into 6D. Clear, no? And what is the effect of screening, Sima, here? So the electrons which are present in S subshell, they have highest screening ability. Electrons present in which subshell has highest screening ability, ma? Electrons present in S subshell. then comes P, then comes D, and then comes F. So last one is F. But when compared to F, the screening ability of D is greater, no? Screening ability of D is greater. So what these electrons they will do is, they will behave like a screen for the electrons which are present in the outer orbits. That is called a screening effect, no? So they will protect the outer electrons from the nucleus, from the attraction of the nucleus. That is called a screening effect, no? So these electrons, they will behave like a screen to the outermost electrons. So if they behave like a screen, then what happens to Z star value? Attraction ability reduces, no? Attraction ability reduces, which means effective nuclear charge will reduce. If effective nuclear charge will reduce, this nucleus, can it attract the electrons more effectively? No, it cannot attract the electrons more effectively. So that is the reason why the reduction in size in the case of transition elements is not much pronounced. Definitely size is reducing, but very slowly, very small differences are present. Okay, ma? So that effect is called as D effect. Have you understood what is happening? So in the case of transition elements, size is definitely reducing, but in small steps, not bigger steps. What is the reason? Reason is D effect. What is meant by D effect? Electrons which are present in the D subshell, electrons entering into the D subshell, they behave like a screen for outer electrons, because its shielding effect is considerable. No? It is not very less. It is there. Are you able to understand? So therefore, what happens to Z star value? Z star value reduces. When Z star value reduces, it means the effect of nucleus on the outer electrons is lesser. Okay, ma? So therefore, actually what should happen here, I will draw in the case of a diagram. Completed, ma? So actually I will try to represent this one with the help of a diagram. So therefore, consider this is one element, and consider this should be the next element. Size should decrease, no? This is first element in a period. This is second element in a period. Which period? D subshell. In transition elements I am saying. Are you able to understand, ma? But actually, because of D effect, what will happen? Because of D effect, this will be the size of the next atom. Are you able to understand? Size is definitely reduced, no? Size is definitely reduced, but not very much. Very less reduction in size. Are you able to understand, ma? So therefore, what I say, less reduction in size. Are you able to understand? So this is what happens in the case of a period for atomic radius. Clear now? Then let us study in the case of a group. So in group what will happen, ma? In groups what will happen? For example, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium and francium. In a group what happens? What happens? Number of shells will increase. Clear na, ma? This is the second shell, third shell, fourth shell, fifth shell, sixth shell, seventh shell. Number of shells will increase, no? If number of shells increase, and what is happening to Z value, Z star value? Z star value is almost a constant, but number of shells are increasing. So if number of shells increases, what happens to the atomic radius? Atomic radius definitely increases, because lithium has only 2 shells, sodium has 3 shells, francium has 7 shells. So when compared to lithium, francium should be very, very large in size, no? Because number of shells they are increasing. Are you able to understand, ma? So this is the general trend. So therefore, in a group what happens, ma? In a group from top to bottom, what happens to atomic radius? Atomic radius increases. General principle. Atomic radius continuously increases in a period. Why? Reason is number of shells are increasing. Number of shells are continuously increasing. Are you able to understand? Okay. But here another condition again we have to study. Again we go to D block elements or transition elements. Clear, ma? Okay. So again we write one case, and this case is related to what? This case is related to groups only. Are you able to understand, ma? So in transition elements, again we are studying D block elements. So in traveling from, clear, ma? Second element to third element, second element to third element, increase in size is not so much, or increase in size is not pronounced. Okay, ma? This is called lanthanide contraction. Lanthanide contraction. Are you able to understand? Ma? So again, in the case of transition elements, what is happening? So that is why I forced you to run the atomic periodic table. Without understanding the periodic table, you can never understand what is happening here. Are you able to understand? So again, on one fine day, I will give you work on periodic table. Okay. So are you able to understand what is happening in the case of a group? Okay, ma? In the case of transition elements, in traveling from which element to which element? Second element to third element. How many series of D block elements are present? 4 series. I am talking about which element? Second to third. What is the importance of in traveling from 2 to 3? Can you say? What is the importance in traveling from 2 to 3? Anybody have periodic table? Okay, ma? So this is the periodic table, no? Are you able to understand, ma? So how many series of D block elements are there? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 are there. Okay? In traveling from 2 to 3, that is in traveling from yttrium to lanthanum, zirconium to hafnium, niobium to tantalum, molybdenum to tungsten. This is 2 to 3 transition, no? So in 2 to 3 transition, what is happening? Can you say, anybody? In 2 to 3 transition, electrons are entering into F block. Electrons are entering into F block, because already we have studied the formation of periodic table according to Aufbau principle. No? Let us write once again. Completed now this one? Clear? Listen very, very, very carefully. If you are more interested in writing the notes, then you can never understand. Then you have to watch this video lectures once again. And think clear, ma? See, ma. So first period, second period, third period, fourth period, fifth period, sixth period, and seventh period. So here we have hydrogen and helium. Clear, nama? So lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, and francium. Are you able to understand? Now 3D D block elements will start from where? So this is 4s, and here 3D will be present. That's all. This is 5s, and here 4D electrons will be present. And this is 6s, here 5D will be present. And this is 7s, here 6D electrons will be present. And from where F block will start? F block will start from 2 to 3 transition. That is, here I have 4F series, and here I have 5F series. This is what we have studied according to Aufbau principle. Do you remember? Okay. Again you go to the previous lectures, again you watch them. Are you able to understand? Without understanding the basics of periodic table, you can never understand what is happening here. Okay. Now see. So in a D block, totally we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 series are present. 3D series, 4D series, 5D series, and 6D series. Are you able to understand now? Okay. So in traveling from second element to third element, electrons are entering into F subshell. In traveling from 2 to 3, electrons are entering where? Electrons are entering into 4F subshell. And next 3 to 4, electrons are entering into 5F subshell. So when electrons are traveling from 2 to 3 subshell, that is in transition from 4D to 5D, electrons are entering into 4F subshell. And already we have studied that. So therefore, screening effect of S is greater than P, it is greater than D, and screening effect of D is greater than F. Clear, Nama? So therefore, F block elements which are present in F block, they have least screening. Screening is least means what? Sigma value is least. Sigma value is least means what? Z star value increases. This is what I understand. Are you able to understand now? So if Z star value increases, what happens to the atomic radius? Z star value, if it increases, what happens to the atomic radius? Atomic radius should reduce. Clear, number? But in the case of this transition elements in a group, what should happen to atomic radius? Atomic radius should increase, because the shells are increasing, no? In traveling from 2 to 3. 2 to 3 means from which shell to which shell? 5th shell to 6th shell. Are you listening carefully? Second series to third series. Electrons are entering into F block. F block. It means I am transitioning from 5th shell to 6th shell. In transition from 5th shell to 6th shell, One shell is increasing, no? One shell is increasing means the size also should increase by very large value. But because of reduced screening constant, Z star value has increased, no? Because Z star value has increased, the effect of nucleus will be very large. Effect of nucleus will be very large because effective nuclear charge has increased, no? So therefore, actually size should increase from 3D to 4D to 5D. Or I can say when electron is entering into 4F, size should increase. But because of increased Z star value, what is happening to the size? Size is reducing. Are you able to understand now? So therefore, here also size definitely increases. But because of Z star value, increase of size is not so much. Increase of size is not so much. That effect is called as, what we call, that effect we can call it as lanthanide contraction. Are you able to understand now? Come on, make a note up to here.
डैडी दादी माँ जाती है.
Clear now? So write down. So what I write? Completed up to here? Clear now? So write down. So therefore, so due to increase in shell, size should increase. Size should increase by large value. Okay, ma? But electrons in F subshell have less screening. So Z star increases and size decreases. On the whole, in traveling from second series to third series in transition elements, clear no? Increase in size is very less. Okay, ma? Increase in size is very, very less. Because of what? This concept we can call it as lanthanide contraction. So are you able to understand what is meant by D effect and what is meant by lanthanide contraction? So because of D effect as well as lanthanide contraction, because of both of them, sizes are remaining almost same. Okay. In the case of period, size should decrease very large, no? But because of D effect, size is not reducing by a large value. Similarly, in the case of groups, size should increase by very large value, no? But because of lanthanide contraction, size is not increasing by large value. Size is increasing, but by very small value. Are you able to understand now? Now let us try to write some examples. Now see this comparison, ma. So yttrium, zirconium, niobium, molybdenum and technetium. Okay, lanthanum, hafnium, tantalum, wolfram and rhenium. So these are the elements which are present in 4D series, and these are the elements which are present in 5D series. This is the second series of D block and this is the third series of D block. Are you able to understand now? So in transition from second element to third element, that's what he is saying, no? In traveling from second element to third element, that is in traveling from yttrium to lanthanum, zirconium to hafnium, niobium to tantalum, so like this. Clear? Now first of all, you see in a period, what should happen in a period in transition elements? In transition elements, in the case of a period, atomic radius should reduce by very small factor. Okay, so these are very small only, no? 1.8 to 1.6, 1.47, 1.4, 1.35. Reduction is very small. And if you travel from second element to third element in a group, reduction in size will be very small. Again, because of lanthanide contraction. Clear now? Now you see 1.8 to 1.87. Increase is there, no? But very small. But this is which period? This is 6th shell. This one is 7th shell. Are you able to 7th or 5th? sorry, fifth and sixth. This is fifth shell and this one is sixth shell. One shell is extra. No? One shell is extra. Size chala ekku ravali. Size should be very large. But see the sizes here 1.8 to 1.87. 1.6, 1.59 size is reducing here. Clear number? 1.47, 1.47. Almost remaining same. No? 1.4, 1.41. Very negligible increase in size. 1.35, 1.37. Are you able to understand? No? So this effect we can call it as lanthanide contraction. And this effect we can call it as D effect. Is it clear, ma? That's it. So this effect we can call it as D effect. And this effect we can call it as lanthanide contraction. Okay, ma? So this is the history of variation of atomic radius in a group and a period.